Going on, John? Tim, what's up? Give another minute or two for people to file in, and we'll go and get started. It's going to be a short show today, as I've been in meetings for a good portion of the morning. And I've got a conference call at 1:30, from 1:30 to 2, so I'm going to wrap this up about 1 o'clock to give me a chance to get set up for that. North Carolina sucks, dude. They are awful. Pitt played a good second half, too. Pitt's not a bad defensive team. It's not a great offensive team. Second half, though, you wouldn't have known that. I really didn't get to watch a lot last night. By the time I got done, because as soon as I got plays out yesterday, I ate dinner and then I came right back in my office and started working on today's games because there's a big slate of college basketball and a lot of good games. So I started working on that. I actually selected a college basketball game of the month, which is posted on the site. $100 winner gets 7 days for free. The play and write up is already there. It goes at 7 o'clock tonight. And I worked until about 2 a.m. this morning. Yeah, I wasn't too high on the Maple Leafs yesterday. That's why the only game I played in hockey yesterday was the underplay in the LA Kings game. Which that's the only game that I got to watch yesterday for most of it. I didn't watch the very, very end of it. But it was a winner nonetheless. 6 straight NHL winners right there. Yeah, John, I actually did a full blown contest for it. Did it Tuesday on video and set everybody up yesterday. Should be there. Been getting texts from people about it. What's your username? Oh, it wasn't hard, Danny. I mean, hell, I knew they were going to lose last night. The only game I'm worried about is that Clemson game. I don't want them to win it. They've never won in Chapel Hill, and I don't want that to change. I'd rather them get beat by 100 when we go see them play Duke than lose to Clemson in Chapel Hill. Oh, God. Scott, we've done over 14 straight. Over 2 weeks. Molecular Ninja, what's your username? Have I ever lost 3 in a row? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Sure have. I think the worst losing streak that I've had as far as top plays, I think I lost 4 in a row. And it was only 3 days because one day I had 2. Yeah, Walter, NHL is insane. We took that loss on Sunday. We've won 6 straight since then. Well, I'm not on my email. And the thing is, I've got a conference call at 1:30, so I want to look at it now. Nobody can use your username in here. They don't have your password and stuff. That it means nothing. And I'll delete it off of here once it comes through. I just need to see it because I've got the site pulled up and I want to look at it. If I pull up my email, it's going to bog down this live stream. Yep, it's been up since last night, Tommy. Since about midnight. Maybe a little before. Try it now. Nope, I didn't. I did not. I've got it recorded. I had to pay $19 freaking to get it. I didn't even get to watch it. like I said, the only game that I really truly got to watch last night, because once I got done getting plays out, I stopped, I ate dinner, I came back, I answered probably 2 dozen emails, and then I started working on today's card. Then went ahead and locked in the game of the month, did the write up, got it posted, kept working, and then I went and did a video for today, all that stuff. And it was about 11 o'clock, and I cut on the NHL game, and I watched most of that. So there is a free play up today, guys. It was actually posted last night, right before I went to bed. I recorded it. Hell, I recorded it before any of the games from yesterday started. I think the only game that had started was USC Upstate, which I gave out as a free play on Twitter and Instagram. Nice little live dog +2, and they ended up winning by 10. Actually, Danny, I hadn't got to that one yet. I've got it. I put a star beside it because I like the matchup. Um, but I haven't broke that one down. Hold on just 1 second, because UAB is a team that I've been following very closely all year. Let me pull up my my spreadsheet on UAB. That just means a syndicate company, a group of big time bettors, people that'll go in and lay heavy 6-figure action on one side. You know, it's referred to by most people as sharp money. They're not sharps. They're syndicates. They're betting syndicates. They come in and they move lines. You know, you hear about people like that'll go in and bet the opposite side of what they like, just to drive a line one way to come back and hammer it twice as bad on the side that they like. Billy Walters was the king of it. There's tons of syndicate groups all around Vegas and Jersey. It's just a group of people with a lot of money that put a lot of money on a game. There's one syndicate group in Vegas that, when they allow me, I'll throw some money with them. I'm not throwing $100,000, but you know, if they're ever in need of something for something that I'm on, I'll move something with them. Ho, ho, ho. I'm in love with my game of the month. If this game of the month doesn't come through, I shit you not, I will not release another huge play like that in college basketball this year. Because I will know that something is set up. There could not be. There's never a sure thing. Nothing's for sure. Nothing is guaranteed. But God, by God, if there ever was, it doesn't get any closer than this game right here. I mean, guys, just truth being told, percentage-wise in my system, I could have rated it a game of the year, and I wouldn't have been cheating the system. But I'm not gonna, I'm not releasing 2 of those in a week. Danny, that line's pretty accurate. from initial glance. I'll put it that way. I'm going to hold off on that one. I've got a star beside it, so it is something I'll be digging deep into, but nothing as of yet. I tell you one of the games that I like. Obviously, I've got a free play up. I want you guys to go watch that because that was one of the games that I really did like. There's something off about this game, guys. There's something off about it. Scott knows all too well about my love for Louisiana Tech and making money with them because I have made a pile of money with LA Tech this year. And all of my long-term customers have too. 4 different top plays with LA Tech, winning 3 of them. 6 games in total, winning 5 out of the 6. I mean, they're a covering machine. They're severely overlooked. I mean, the sports books just are not giving them credit for the team they are this year. They're going off of last year. So there's been a ton of value on them. There is extreme value on their game today, but take that with a grain of salt because something's wrong with that line. Something is most certainly wrong with it because it should not be that low. Let me look at something real quick because I requested some information on this. I mean, this line should not be 6. This line should be 10 on the road. I mean, UTSA isn't terrible. UTSA plays a really good zone defense. They also press really good in the second half. So are they one of those teams that I think could be an annoyance to LA Tech and run with them for maybe the first 30 minutes of the game before LA Tech just finally cranks it up? And because, I mean, they have another level. UTSA can turn it up to 10. Most teams don't have any settings higher than that. LA Tech can go to 12 on any given day. I get that the line's not 10 because UTSA, number 1, is at home, and number 2, I think they're slightly overlooked and undervalued a lot of the time. But 6 points just isn't enough. It's not. This is my opinion. If LA Tech doesn't cover the 6, they lose outright. And, I mean, you're talking, there's a big jump in my system between these two teams. UTSA ranked at 227th overall. LA Tech ranked at 57th. I mean, you're talking about a big, big jump in, in overall just talent and skill. And LA Tech's not a bad road team. They're not a very intimidated road team. And UTSA, I mean, no, I don't think anybody's threatened by going there. It's a long ride, and they're 0-2 in conference play, so. Oh, I know, but it's not what you think it is. They weren't gambling or anything. They were accused of getting insider information for stocks. It was something that they both invested in, and through one of Billy's companies, he made an investment on behalf of Mickelson, and then that's when everything came crashing down. So obviously he didn't exchange money with Walters on something because at that point he couldn't, and I don't know that I believe that Phil Mickelson still owes him money. I think that Billy Walters is more of a scam artist than most people are going to say. I think he's a very smart individual. I think he's successful. I think he deserves most of what he's been given. But you don't go from dead broke to worth $285 million in less than 6 months by doing something illegal. I'm sorry, you just don't. Walter, the 5 game win streak really doesn't scare me there. And a lot of times I would take that into account pretty heavily just because they're on the road and in conference. But in this case, their win streak doesn't scare me. What scares me is I feel like that there's something in this matchup that has not been released yet that no one knows about. That's what scares me. That's why I haven't already released this game. I'm telling you right now, if I already had a confirmation as to who was going to be taking the floor tonight, and I mean a written confirmation on both sides, and I had it just the way that I think it should be, I'd have already bet this game. But I don't have that, and I feel like there's something off. Colton, I have not. Walter, somebody asked me about that yesterday. I thought it was you. Maybe it wasn't you, but there's not much I can get into. Like, I can't say the name yet, and the only reason I can't, now when you hear the name, I mean, if you're a golf guy at all, or if you've ever looked into any type of golf handicapping, you'll know who it is. Been in the industry for 22 years. But the only reason I can't say anything yet is because his services are provided through a very large company in this industry. Certainly not going to say anything bad about that company. But he's not under contract or anything with them, because contracts in this industry are just, they're nothing more than a fire starter. But he is exclusive with them. And until he officially resigns, he's going to stay exclusive with them, which is how it should be. And of course, he's not going to resign from them and say that he's done providing information until him and I put pen to paper and sign an agreement saying what I'm, paying him and so on and so forth, which is, how it should be. But I'm not going to go out there and mention it and jeopardize him, because I know for a fact that company that he has, been providing information for the better part of 10 years now, they know who I am. They know exactly who I am. So I'm sure they watch me from time to time, and I don't want to jeopardize him if, God forbid, something were to change. Plus, I did that back earlier in the year. Someone had reached out to me, wanted to do some things. I agreed, got excited, asked them, could I go ahead and announce it as we final out the details? Yeah, go ahead. I'm going to do it too. And I do it. And a few days later, here I am. Got completely shafted. Made me look like an idiot. So I'm not going to do that anymore. And plus, I've always said, if somebody, comes to my site, you don't have to sign your name in blood, but you will be exclusive to my site while you're with me. If you don't want to be exclusive, then you're not going to be with my site. You're not going to be with mine and then provide information to other people's. And it's me or me only. What do you mean, Danny? On alternate wrist. Walter, I think it's too soft. No, and the thing is, the computer group's where he got really rich, doing the software for, the sports betting. And the thing is, then, he was bookmaking. For him to say that he wasn't is just a flat out lie. He was most certainly illegal bookmaking. He did that. He did some insider trading. He got into real estate at the right time. And be honest with you, he did make a large sum of money betting, but it was lucky shit. It wasn't sports betting. It was like throwing a million on red on the roulette table. But he hired quite a few people on his team. But the thing is, Billy Walters doesn't do like I do, like break down the games and say, all right, we're going to play this today. He plays every single game on the board. So on an NFL Sunday, he's betting every side and every total. Sometimes he's betting both sides and both totals for different amounts to move the line, get it where he wants it, and, bet one way or the other. And at the end of the day, he may have only hit one more win than the other, but that, constitutes for $450,000 in profit for the day. Well, you do that for 16 straight weeks, and you do it. Yeah, you're making in the NFL. He's probably netting $15 million a year, I would say. And then he does his college football, NFL, and then college basketball. I think that's all he does. One of the people that used to be on his little insider team that dug in information and all that stuff used to be big into baseball. I actually have talked to him before. There was once upon a time, not Billy Walters, but somebody like him that wanted to build a team of experts specifically for baseball and have them run it and everything there. And I gracefully declined the offer. Oh, no, just right here. These are, I don't know if you can see them. It's hard to see because of the color, but this is like stress bracelets, but they're baseballs. And I've got them in every color imaginable. The company that does it, no free advertising. You have to listen to the next podcast. They sponsor it. Same company that actually makes this necklace that I wear, which is a cross that's actually baseball bats, and on the top of it, it's a baseball. I've been wearing this one for about 5 years, but I've got a few of them from them. Good guys. Go listen to episode 4 of the podcast coming out in a couple of days, and you will hear them. UFC, Walter, if I continue to do UFC, it would have to be probably something that I do through, like partner with Cappers Direct on, because they have the best UFC guy in the business. He'd be the only one that I would truly trust as far as giving out information. And so if I could work out something like we did last year with him, I would. Other than that, I'm not going to be hiring my own guy, because I'm not going to hire somebody when I know that another service has somebody worlds better. You know what I mean? So I would rather just work out something where I could provide my clients with their plays, through them and all that stuff. That way I know that I'm providing them the best UFC out there. Yeah, Keith, no problem. We're going to do that in horses. John, I saw you. I'll get to it. And to be honest with you, that's one of the games I may have on the card. I don't know. That's just, oh God, that's one of those games where I feel like there's no edge whatsoever. The line couldn't be more spot on. When I power ranked it last night, I had it at Wichita State minus 3.5. Or 5.5, and it's at 6. So there's really no edge on it. I like Wichita State because they're at home. I think Memphis is I don't even want to say well-rounded team because Wichita State is a very good team. They're fast. They're not scared of top level competition. Which, listen, Memphis is a mid-major too. They're just not being talked about in that sense anymore because of Penny Hardaway and what they've done in recent years. And Memphis gets a lot of big name recruits that end up being big names in the NBA. The only thing is, I think Memphis is better coached. I think Wichita State has a little more experience. I mean, really, at 6, I'm not betting this game. I'll tell you that. If it drops back down to like its original 4, I may take a shot with Wichita State. You guys should know by now, the games that everybody and their brother is looking at are not the games that I typically wager on, because they are fairly accurate line-wise. You got it. John, I don't think that's a terrible bet. I mean, I don't think you got a ton of value. I don't think there was an edge there, but I don't think it's a stupid bet. I don't know that anybody will be able to turn the plus money profit that Patrick does. You got to think with something like golf. I mean, it could literally be somebody. I mean, just a single swing. Don't get me wrong, golf's profitable. But NASCAR, it's a moneymaker. Give me 1 second, guys. I left my damn shit. Let me go grab my PR sheets real quick so I can give you guys these 2 free plays. Because we're not going to stay live for too long. I've got a conference call from 1:30 to 2. So I want to jump off here just after 1 so I can kind of get ready for that. So let me go grab that list and we'll go ahead and knock out some of those. But we got 42 people right here in here and there's only 15 likes. So I better damn sure see 42 likes when I get back. John Brady, run the chat. I'll be back in 2 minutes. Filling this cup up too. All right, dudes. I'm ready now. All right, so let's see. What's up, Roy? James is my dude. He's going to take it. He got him some daily doubles yesterday and took care of business. I've got a lot of money on him. All right, let's see. Damn, I missed a bunch of shit. Ooh. All right. Oh, yeah, we need to do a recap. Damn, man, I've been so crazy busy this morning. It's been insane. So we had our 6th straight hockey winner last night. LA Kings and Dallas under. Easy win. Never in doubt. Free play yesterday on the free play video. Utah Jazz. Easy blowout. We did have Houston yesterday. The Rockets by 8. Some people said they got it at 7.5. Either way, the Rockets at the end just, did what the Rockets do. Ended up only winning by 7. Everybody was talking about how, such a good teammate for Harden. Let him get his, however many 40-point triple-doubles, whatever. Fuck James Harden. Most overrated NBA player ever. I'd like to see him score 14 points if someone played defense against him. Goes to the line 1,000 times a game, and people wonder why he gets 40 buckets. Sam Houston State got their immortal ass kicked yesterday. And here was the thing about, so I looked at the box score and I looked at some recap notes for that one because I didn't actually watch the game. I just didn't have a chance. I've got it recorded. I'll have to go back and watch it because both of those teams have games coming up next week, which I have put circles around just in the off chance that I may play them. I like the matchups. Obviously, there's no line, so don't know if there will be. But I need to go back and take notes, especially on Sam Houston State, to see where the problem was. Did the problem lie within them? I have to think so. But I don't know. I just can't imagine that they just truly got out skilled for 40 minutes by that team. I'm sorry, I don't buy it. So that one most certainly stung, to say the very least. Damn, I need to put new contacts in. Let me grab the rest of my list here. Pull it up. Free play yesterday on USC Upstate +2. I gave that out on Twitter and Instagram. That was a nice, easy winner. I wish that game wouldn't have started at 6. I wanted to release that game, but I didn't get a practice report until after 5 o'clock, and then it was just too late to actually release it as a premium play because it wouldn't have given people enough time to play it, as far as my premium members and stuff like that. If I can't give them at least a full hour, then I do not release it. North Carolina, we didn't play yesterday. We broke it down. I told everybody my personal opinion would be to lay off. And obviously you see why now, because they got the ever-living – they didn't get the shit kicked out of them. But if you really think about it, Pittsburgh played a great second half, but they – sources confirmed. North Carolina sucks. They're bad. They're not a good team. Not at all. The only game that I really regret not playing yesterday was Kansas, and that was only because, as I've said, I think Iowa State is probably the biggest snake pit to play in the Big 12. Outside of Allen Fieldhouse, but Allen Fieldhouse is one of the expected places. It's not, Iowa State could be on a 20-game losing streak and then beat the number one team in the country there. North Dakota yesterday was a really, really, really good bet statistically, situationally. Everything matched up. And, obviously, you see what happened. Nevada got beat by a team that is a glorified high school team. There are seriously 4A high schools that I truly, wholeheartedly, 100% believe could take down San Jose State. And that's what happens. I went back and watched some highlights of the Nevada game, and when you don't play defense underneath, San Jose State's not stupid. They know that when something's given to them, they know how to capitalize on it. You're going to keep giving it to them, they're going to keep taking it. If somebody's going to keep handing you $100 bills, you're not going to stop taking them until they stop giving them to you. Am I right? I just don't understand people's mindsets when it comes to stuff like that. Over and over and over and over again, you give them something, they take advantage of it, they capitalize on it. And where does the time come where you go, oh shit, maybe we shouldn't do this anymore? Just maybe. I don't know, man. I don't know. As far as hockey today, I like the hockey card. I like some of the matchups. Fatigue is going to play a big part in a lot of tonight's games. So is travel. There's a couple of questionable goalie situations tonight in 2 different games. So I'm waiting on confirmation there. Do not ever, ever, ever take the word of ESPN or NHL.com if you do any of your own capping with that. So that's just word to the wise. But like I said, for today, LA Tech, I love the game. I love the fact that it's at 6, but something's not right about that. So hold off on Louisiana Tech because something is not right on that line. I did do a free play on a game tonight that's on my free play video. Go in and tune into that. That is one that I bet last night. I do have an NCAA basketball game of the month going tonight. I did the write-up and the play last night, posted it. There's already people that have, got it and played it. It comes with a 7-day free play guarantee, or 7 days of free plays if it were to fall. So you can get that. But so far this week, in a week that I've really liked the cards for this week, I love Saturday's card. This so far has been my favorite one of probably the last 10 days. Roy, no, that was a special that I ran on Monday. I'd actually never run that before. It was just something that I thought about, and who in the hell? Jesus Christ. It's been a while, Matt. Roy, I may do it in the future. I'm not going to do it again now. I'm the cheapest in the business, guys. So, I mean, when I run specials, like, you got to understand if I went any cheaper than I did on those specials, I mean, it would cost me money. You got to think. I mean, I have credit card processing fees. I have, an IT team that does all the stuff you see on the site that I just dumped a lot of money into for them to go ahead and finish everything on the site. Web security guys that monitor it 24 hours a day. Accountants, an account services manager. I mean, this is not something where it's just me sitting in this room and doing it. If it was, then yeah, I could give it to you for $10 probably. But there is a large cost of doing business. Roy, the week package includes everything. The only thing it doesn't include is if I had a game of the week, month, or year. Like I have a game of the month in NCAA basketball tonight. That is not included. That is not included in anything unless you're on an all access pass, like the 1 year. But yes, all of my premiums and daily top play are included for all sports for the duration that you buy. Yeah, but Matt, if you think about it, if you follow the system and you take in yesterday and Tuesday and roll them together, we're still up for those 2 days. We had two top plays on Tuesday that won. So one to offset the loss last night, and then one to go up. All the premium play winners. So you would still be profitable in the sense of just taking those 2 days in there, even though there was a terrible day. That's why the system is so important. It's not always about making sure that you win every single play. I mean, that's the goal. That's where we that's what we try to do every day. But there's gonna be bad days. But there have been days, and all of these guys will attest to this. There's days where we've gone 2-3, 3-4, 2-4, and we still profit for the day. Oh. let me look at something here. Like I said, I've got to bounce in a minute. I've got a conference call with my other attorney at 1:30 from Philly. So I've got to be on that to handle a couple of quick things. 224, really? Bear with me just a second, guys. I'm looking up something for potentially that I'm going to give you guys. There's a lot of lines today that just do not make the most sense. Like Lipscomb. I like Lipscomb tonight. Truth be told, is the line steep at, let's see if it's changed. It opened at 14, which was high. But that doesn't mean much. Opened at 14 and a half, actually. So it's still at 14. I see a couple of 13 and a halves. Westgate's got it at 13 and a half. William Hill 13 and a half. So I like that game. If you break it down stat for stat, even though if you look at just pure power rankings and break it off of power rankings alone, you should only be talking about 8 to 10 points. When you break it off of who these teams have faced thus far, so how battle-tested they really are, and then some key factors that factor into the defensive end as well as second chance shooting and how well they do when getting second chance shots, Lipscomb really starts to separate themselves then. And then when you take all that into an account, I'm getting 15 and a half as the accurate line. So it's not a huge edge. Usually I look for things that are, 3 to 4 points off before I really start digging. But for something, if you guys want to throw some fun money on it until I get deeper into this game, I like Lipscomb minus 13 and a half. Not a premium play, at least right now. It'd be for some fun money. But I do think that the line's a little bit more justified than we all realize. Rivera, I ran the biggest contest ever on Monday. So no contest coming up at this point. I've already given everybody a contest. Subscribe on YouTube. Get people that you know to subscribe. We're not very far from 3,000 subscribers. I'm going to give away a week pass once we do that. Once we hit 3,500, I'm going to give away 3 30-day passes. And when we get to 4,000, I'm going to give away a 1-year all-access pass. And the thing is, we have basically 3,000 subscribers now. It's like 2,900 or something. If every single one of those people just went in and told one of their buddies, hey, go subscribe to this on YouTube, hit the notification bell, he's going to, and then watch his videos anytime you get a chance, he's going to give you some winners, then, we could literally double in a day, just like that. And I'd give them all away in one day. I'm gonna do the same thing. You guys do the same thing. We once we get to 1,000 Twitter followers, 1,500 and 2,000, I'm gonna give away the same types of packages. So I'm gonna be giving away 2 1-year all access passes for absolutely free as soon as we hit it. Whether that takes a year or whether it takes 2 more hours. If you guys get it today, tomorrow I'll give them away. And anybody who gets people to enter on their behalf or subscribes, you are automatically entered to win. And you can win even if you're already on a 1-year pass or something. And you can choose to give it to someone, or you can choose just to extend your account for another year. No, Matt, you're good. All right, let me look at one more thing here. And if anybody has emailed me for anything this morning, I will get back to you. I've been tied up. I've been going since 6 a.m. and I haven't stopped once. So I just haven't had a chance to sit down and start responding yet, but I will get to it. And Walter, I think you emailed me the other day about something. I responded to you. You need to let me know something on that pretty quick before it expires. Because there was something physically created that will expire. I think it was you, Walter. Maybe I'm just delirious and I'm thinking of something else. Give me a second, guys. I'm looking at these updated lines since all this that I have in front of me that I've taken notes on were when I started working on it late last night. So I certainly don't want to give you something inaccurate. So give me just 1 second. I'm just going over all these. But actually, I think we've got one that may have dropped just a little bit. Yep, we do. So Belmont has dropped from 13 to 12. Even on the road, this line should be 15. Belmont's coming off of a pretty tough loss in which they should have taken care of business. Southeast Missouri State is a dumpster fire, to say the very least. I actually just revamped both of these teams' power rankings. Both of them moved this weekend. Belmont actually dropped. I had them in the 80s. They're at 94 now. Southeast Missouri State just keeps dropping. I was hoping some of their senior presence was really going to start making a difference for them. Southeast Missouri State, if any of you guys remember, if you've ever watched any of their games, 2 years ago, even though they weren't winning a lot of games, they were actually, just speed alone, they were like the third fastest team in all of D1 ball. I told somebody that, and they're like, yeah, you're insane, you're smoking crack. And I'm like, well, you've never watched them, so you don't know what you're talking about. But they was. So I got intrigued by that team and started really following them. And I was hoping some of their veteran leadership would come around for them this year, allow them to bag some wins, be a little more competitive before they all, graduated and moved on, because none of these guys are going to the NBA. So their careers will most certainly be over. Southeast Missouri State's a 4-11 team. They are a 4-11 team, so I mean they play like one. I've got them ranked all the way down at 322 out of 353. They are at home. That's not going to mean much. I do think that the line is justifiable based on Belmont's performance in the last 7 days, and the fact that Southeastern Missouri State, even though they've still been getting beat on a regular basis, you can't really fault them for Murray State, and I mean, let's see, they I don't even want to say they kept it close, but they didn't get absolutely ramrodded as bad as everybody thought they were against Drake. They did get beat by 32 by Ohio State. But to be honest with you, I think Ohio State was a 39-point favorite. So, Austin Peay was a team that matched up really well to them that they got beat on the road, but that's to be expected. Plus, they've dealt with a little bit of injury from the beginning of the season, so they've gotten used to the adjustments that were going to have to be made, and it's just not working out well for them. So I don't think that they move to a 5-11 team after tonight. I do think that their struggles continue, and I think they move on to a 4-12 team. And I think that as long as Belmont comes to play and redeem themselves for their past performances over the last week, I think that Belmont will go on the road and actually attempt to destroy this team. So premium play, Belmont minus 12. This line will go back up to 13, I do believe, if not higher. Game doesn't start till 8:15. But go ahead and lock it in. Belmont minus 12. There's your premium play. If any of you guys are in love with high spreads, which I know some of you are, and you want to just throw some very, very slim fun money just for absolute shits and giggles, take New Mexico State minus 29.5 tonight over Chicago State, as I think they take care of business. Chicago State being one of the 3 or 4 worst teams in all of D1. New Mexico State being a top 100 team for sure. New Mexico State needing some style points to kind of get back into the talk of things. This game could really go either way as far as the point spread. That's why I said with a spread like that, it would not anywhere near be a premium play. But I power ranked it just for shits and giggles, and I came up with 36.5. So I'm going to throw some fun money, minus 29.5, just to do so. If any of you guys want to, you're welcome to. But you guys know that I would never give you a 30-point spread game and be serious about it as one of my true games. Okay, Walter, that's fine. I haven't looked yet. I don't know, John. I hadn't seen him in a while. Scott, you would be very surprised how many people love high spreads. I don't know why, but they do. They most certainly do. All right, guys, I'm going to jump off here. Like I said, I've got a conference call at 1:30 to 2, and then I'm going to finish up the card for today, get everything out. If you're not on the NCAA basketball game of the month, you can do so. It starts at 7 p.m. Eastern time, and I love the game. I really do. Anything's possible in sports, guys. You know, I can't guarantee that anything wins, but I can tell you this. There's not a single thing you're going to throw in front of my face about this matchup that would even make me remotely consider taking the other side in the points. So, hell yeah, Justice sure did. I'm hoping he takes it tonight, too. And if Brad don't get one tonight, he's done. He's not going to win 3 straight without somebody else winning. But anyway, guys, let's get it done. Like I said, if you have any questions, shoot me an email. I know some people have probably already emailed, and if I have not answered you back, it is not because I am just ignoring you. It's because I have not done any emails yet today. I've been going since 6 a.m., a couple of meetings I've already done. As soon as I get off this conference call, I will, as I am waiting on some reports for the rest of these games, I will start flying through those emails to get everyone's questions or concerns answered. NCAA basketball game of the month is $100. It comes with a 7-day guarantee. If it were to lose, you don't have to send me an email giving me your life story as to how bad you think I suck and whatever, because you get 7 days of all plays for absolutely free. So either way, your $100 would be well spent and profitable. So anyway, let's go have a big day. Yesterday we got screwed on a couple of games, but it's okay because Tuesday with the 2 top play winners on a 6-1 day, that keeps us primed and ready to finish out the week strong and be heavy in the green as we are most weeks. So, but bad days happen. Not going to sit here and get on here and cry about it, make an excuse about it. Bad days just happen. They just happen. There's no official weekend package. You can buy today. A 3-day package is $50. But if you buy today, I'll give you the 4th day for free. So you actually get today's plays through Sunday. You do not get the game of the month. It's not included. It's not included in anything unless you're on a 1-year all-access pass or like a top play year. Those are separate plays, but they come with a guarantee as well. So, any questions, shoot me an email. I'm going to jump off here, take care of this, and then I'll start answering everybody's emails and stuff. So be on the lookout for the email today stating that plays are ready, because I have my picks ready as soon as I get practice reports and shoot-around reports from this morning and official lineup cards. I'm ready to post them the second that I can just get confirmation on a few things. So as soon as I get the stuff, I'm ready to make my final decisions and go, because I stayed up most of the night last night actually breaking it down and doing my ratings and, putting my lines with them and stuff like that. So anyways, guys, thanks for stopping by. Usually we do not do a live show on Fridays, but I may be doing one tomorrow just because there is a day next week where I'm probably not going to be able to. So I'll be making up for it tomorrow if, in fact, I know that I can't do one of my normal days next week. But I'll let you guys know. Thanks for tuning in. And I will, one way or another, I'll see you guys back tomorrow.